Have you checked? Is the officer that wrote the ticket available?
I did not.
Okay. Yeah, I got his file right here. People versus Gary Kaufman, your appearance for the record, counsel.
Your Honor, David Greco here on behalf of the city of Romulus.
Good morning, Mr. Kaufman. Thank you. Did you leave this up here?
I've been using over there scratching.
That's fine. That's fine. Go ahead, sir.
The prosecutor and I just talked. I was expecting to go to trial this morning. We can't reach a deal on the close, but I'm not going to bet further because I feel totally innocent. And it is the prosecutor's idea to set this journalist for trial on another date. And I'm not totally opposed to that because I have medical problems this morning that would get in the way of presenting the facts.
Sorry to hear that.
What I would do diligent money is make a motion to dismissal based upon prosecution's admitted be not being ready. We got all this time. They shouldn't have been ready to go. Just in case it works, I'm making a motion for dismissal.
Okay, well, just for the record, I'll note that this was set for bench trial today at 11 a.m. and it's 11:02. Mr. Greco.
So, Your Honor, the bench trial today is set for 11 o'clock today. Is a complete oversight by me. It is a long docket, and I just did not see trial in there with respect to the other arraignments, trials, show causes, hearings, things like that. I did look at the record. I did see it was set for trial when Ms. Manarino was covering for me.
Right.
A period of time, but I was not prepared to go to it. Now, with respect to Mr. Kaufman, when he walked into my office, he told me he was not prepared to go to trial today. Before I disclosed I was not prepared to go to trial today for whatever conditions and issues he was having that day. So after we spoke about what I could possibly do after he pled his case to me about his situation, what occurred that night, and some of the things that we're not going to go through on the record because it will be a bench trial at that point in time, I offered him probably the sweetest deal I could possibly offer anybody that went on the record today. I'm going to disclose that.
No. Right.
Now, at that point in time, when he did not want to accept that, and I could not go any further than I could possibly go with respect to a situation like that, I said, well, look, then we're just going to have to adjourn that, which is when Mr. Kaufman, then rightfully so, and it is his right to do so, said, well, if you're not ready to go to trial, I'm going to move for a dismissal. I said, no, we can do that too. I said, it's up to you. My preference would be to adjourn it over my oversight. But however, he is correct. It is in fact set for a trial, was noticed for the trial today.
Have you checked? Is the officer that wrote the ticket available?
I did not check.
Okay. All right. You go ahead. You want to say something?
Counselors reported that I had indicated to him that I was unprepared for trial. That's not exactly true. What I indicated was, but it's not an ideal day.
You're not feeling well. Right. Okay. All right. So here's what I'm going to suggest before we do anything. Let's find out if the officer might be sitting at the station doing reports or something. I don't know. So maybe make a phone call. I just want to make sure, Mr. Kaufman, and I don't want to know what the offer was, but I can guess based on how I've seen him work before. He probably offered you something that was going to be between you and my cash register, just a money deal. If we go to trial and I find you guilty, in other words, if I find that you were driving in the city of Romulus on May 6, 25, well, you did not have authority from the state Secretary of State to drive, I'm going to find you guilty. Whatever the circumstances were might give me sympathy and change the way I sentence you, but the drove while license suspended charge will go on your record with Secretary of State as a conviction, which will end up with 2 points and probably resuspend you so that your chance of getting your valid license is pushed further down the road. I say all that just to say you might want to reconsider whatever offer he made you, because it could stop the risk of further damage to your driving privileges. That's all. That's all I want to say. You can respond. There's no need to. I just want to make sure you understand those realities before we decide where we're at. Fair enough.
Maybe my question would fall in that category.
Well, find out. Yeah.
Well, if anything, you're able to do. I wanted to clarify, in my mind, I'm innocent because 90% of the merit of my case lies in the fact that I had to drive in order to save my life. Your Honor said that mitigating circumstances would not forestall a guilty, finding of guilt. But I'm wondering if I am able to prove that I had no choice to drive that night, was either death or drive. In that case, is it not the case that that is one mitigating circumstance, if I'm defining it correctly as a mitigating circumstance that would lead to a finding of innocence, or am I mistaken?
That's the first time I've ever been presented with that question. So I'm going to just, off the seat of my pants, I'm going to respond to you. So first thing is when you say mitigating factor, that to me means consideration at sentence. Okay. When we're talking about guilt or innocence, I'm looking at what are the legal defenses to the charge in front of us. And I don't know if emergency is a legal defense to a drove while license suspended charge. I've never been presented with that. I've never done any research on that. Off the top of my head, I would say that probably not, but I don't know. Mr. Bowditch is in the courtroom. Have you ever heard of some kind of necessity defense for that type of charge?
Well, it's a rare circumstance. But
Hold on, I'm asking Mr. Bowditch a question. I've got a lawyer in my courtroom. I'm going to ask him.
No, Your Honor, and I don't believe it's mitigated, because it never is. Yeah.
Right.
And I think it's a matter of sense. And if I were to advise, I would tell them it's too big a risk if you're getting person. Because if you go to trial and lose, we know what's going to happen.
It's,
You get mercy.
yeah, I mean, I can promise to be merciful, but that doesn't help you with Secretary of State if the conviction goes on your record. And Secretary of State is not merciful. Yeah, yeah. Well, let's do this. Mr. Bowditch, I'm sure, would be more than willing to flesh that out a little bit with you. In the meantime, Mr. Greco can check with the Romulus Police Department to see whether or not this officer is available. And when he tells me yes or no, then I'll make a decision whether or not I will dismiss the case today or adjourn it. Fair enough? All right, go ahead. Take a few minutes.
Yeah, I have a question for the prosecutor.
You might have to wait your turn to talk to Mr. Bowditch, but we'll give you some time. You're welcome. All right, we're back on the record with the People versus Kaufman.
Yes, Your Honor, we left the courtroom for me to check where the officer was.
Correct.
The officer works midnight from 11 to 7.
So he's not available.
Call the cell phone number, which
Okay. And Mr. Kaufman, have you reconsidered, hopefully you had a chance to talk to Mr. Bowditch, have you reconsidered whether or not to accept the offer, whatever that was, from Mr. Greco today?
yes, I have with my brother decided to accept the offer of the candidate.
Okay.
I would argue for the dismissal for court, gives me that opportunity.
Okay. Go ahead. Make your argument.
I'm a besieged person, and it's quite a,
You can sit down, by the way. You don't have to jump up.
trying to, stabilize. My life so that I got engaged all the time. And, it would be a blessing to be done with this guy. Dismissal, and I think that given the near 2 month delay, I would be the arrangement and today, that I think that there is no excuse for the prosecution not being prepared, and that that's the area to stress the importance of a dismissal today, as I believe I'm entitled.
Thank you. Mr. Greco, anything to add?
Your Honor, honestly, other than a busy docket with the word trial on the, I have no excuse.
Right.
I was not at the prior appointment. times. I'm mostly here.
Mhm.
I would normally flag it. But also it's, it says something to me, but yeah, no, but I just, I honestly, when he checked in and came up and I looked, I was like, oh, yeah, you know, so it was the first time that I noticed it, even though I worked on this for several hours yesterday. So I don't have, any excuse.
Understood. Thank you. All right, Mr. Kaufman, I am going to grant your dismissal. I understand Mr. Greco's got a busy docket, but that's not your fault. So have a nice day. I hope you're feeling better soon.
Hey, thanks for watching. Please do let us know in the comments what you thought of this video. If you'd like to support what we do here, the best way to do it is to pick up some of our merch. You can find it at courtroomfiles.com.